Shazam, 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 Shazam. How you guys doing today? Okay. Welcome, 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 welcome. You know, sometimes you take things for granted, and then it takes people of different circumstances to bring those things to your reality. Because sometimes we on the road, we plugging away, plugging away, and we're so used to our own routine that we keep thinking that's the norm, or more important, that's the norm for everyone. So I'm gonna answer two questions for you today. Number one is, do you need to get a real estate license to be a successful real estate investor? And the answer is no. Okay. If you want to become a realtor, you want to sell homes, to have a professional career, that's okay. There's a lot of room for more realtors in the market. Okay. But you don't need to have your real estate license to be a successful real estate investor. More important, you're going to make more money investing than you're going to make selling properties. You understand that? You can make more money investing in real estate than you can make selling properties. Just the average realtor do about 2-3 transactions a year, which probably turns into about $20,000-$30,000 a year if they're lucky. And you can get easily $50,000 to $100,000 in appreciation on any given property, you know, if you buy the right kind of property, right location, timing, and all that kind of stuff. Okay, so you're also going to make more money as an investor. And once you control a portfolio of real estate, then the sky's the limit. At that point in time, you have 3, 4, 5 properties going up appreciation all in 1 year. You're pretty sweet. Okay, so you do not need to have your real estate license to be a successful real estate investor. Now, the second question I'm going to answer for you, a young lady said to me, she says, Frank, I know you'll be wrong for a while. You're successful investing in real estate. You have a brokerage firm. You sell real estate as well. She says, can I do it now? She says, you start 20 plus years ago. Can I do it today? And I had to think for a second. Because my first property I purchased in 1997 for $241,000. That was a triplex in Toronto. Today, that property is worth at least about $1.2-1.3 million. So you can't buy what I buy to be successful, because then you're buying at a ridiculously high price. But the question she asked, can she still get involved in the real estate market and be successful today? I bought my first property with 5% down, negotiate $20,000 back up on closing. So I literally got money. Yeah. So I negotiate 20 grand back up on closing. That was different timing. We were coming off of the 1989 market crash. So we bottomed out about 1993, 94. And then the market started to pick up about 95, 96, a little bit, slowly. I got on board in 1997. And I ride that market all the way up today. Make a lot of mistakes selling properties before time and so on, like everybody else. And this is why I come up with the philosophy. You don't sell real estate unless it's mandatory. Unless you have to, you don't sell real estate. You have to keep buying more. You buy and hold, buy, fix and rent, buy, fix and rent. I don't want $50,000 next week. I don't want $100,000 tomorrow. What am I do with $100,000? Now I got to put that money back to work. I got to find new opportunities. So just keep buying all the time. So that's my philosophy now. Okay. So the question is, can you still get involved in the real estate market today with your 5% down, your 10% down, and become a successful real estate investor to build a wealth asset portfolio? And the answer is yes. The answer absolutely yes. Okay, absolutely yes. Because keep in mind, even though I bought my first property in 1997, we didn't start to see great appreciation until 2000, 2001, up to 2004 is when the market made the big jump. So that's when we start to see huge appreciation. And so that's the thing. So buying a property doesn't mean you can go up $50,000, $100,000 like we see in the last 4 or 5 years in 1 year. It's not go up that kind of money in 1 year. That's not how real estate investment works. That's not no form of investment work. That's a unique segment of the market that a lot of investors who were brand new to the business got spoiled on, and they think that's the norm. That's not the norm. Real estate don't work that way. We've been seeing consistently 3 to 4% appreciation in the GTA over the last 20 something plus years. And that was pretty steady. That was pretty good. Then we started seeing 10, 12%, and 29%, and 69%. That's not very normal. That's not how Toronto real estate works. So let's get back to the norm. This buying a property here, get $50,000, $100,000. Don't expect to see that moving forward, because the mortgage market, the tightening of the mortgage market is going to limit that. So what you need to be looking for, which we're going to discuss on my state of the well builder meeting on Monday night, Monday the 6th, on Facebook Live, LinkedIn Live, YouTube Live. We discuss that. But what I'm going to do today, I'm going to show you how you can still get involved in the real estate market, 5% down, 10% down, and buy a property from $150,000 to $300,000 and still get good positive cash flow. I'm going to show you some of those. I'm on the road today looking at some properties. I have all my list of thing right here. I'm going to show you from $150,000 down, from $150,000 for the purchasing price, all the way up to about $300,000. I'm showing you really, really entry level. So what I'm showing you, exactly where I started, the price point I started. And the difference between what you're going to see today versus where I started is location. I started in Toronto because Toronto population was a lot lower. Toronto real estate price was a lot lower. Now we've seen a different market. Toronto population is a lot higher, and the real estate price is a lot higher too as well. So I'm going to take you out where the price point makes sense. I'm not going to give the location because I want you to ask me a bunch of silly questions. So if you see this stuff and you like it, DM me, contact me, and I'm going to go through the process with you in a step-by-step process how you can start investing in real estate the right way. Investing in real estate the right way. I think I'm a property right now. Let me stop and see where I'm at now. I think I passed my thing. I got to turn back and get in there. Yeah, I'm gonna show you how to invest in real estate the right way, where you investing for cash flow. Okay, when I start off, I wasn't seeing appreciation in the market. I wasn't expecting appreciation in the market. I had two things in mind. Number one, well, a few things anyways. My mortgage is being paid on by my tenants. Number two, I'm get excellent tax break, and then if I get appreciation, I was okay with that. So that was my mindset moving in. So I'm gonna take you to a property right now. It's going for, let me get in there first, then we'll stop and read off some of the stuff on the listing to show what's really going on there. How you can make some money investing in real estate by starting off one property at a time. Make sure I have the right location here. So let me try to locate myself, and I'll flip back the camera to you and we take it from there. 1 second. Okay, so this is right in front of us here. This is a townhouse. It's a 3-bedroom, 2-bath townhouse. The property tax is about $1,600 plus a year. There's a condo fee. It's a condo element. Condo fee is $249 a month. We have here now. The current tenant is paying month to month. They're paying about $900 a month plus utilities. And I'm thinking that's too low. This area can get easily $1,200-1,300 a month for this property. At $150,000 for this property, I think you can still cash flow $300-400 a month in positive cash flow from this property here. It's not a bad start. So 5% down on this one here. What we looking at now? You guys know the numbers. I'm in my car. I don't have all the my materials here, but let me try to work it out for you. So 5% down on 150,000. What are we looking at? I know 10% is 15,000. No, 1 second. 150,000 times 5%. That's 7,500. Okay, there you go. So 7,500, 5% down on this. 10% is $15,000 plus closing costs. I mean, it's not a bad way to start. If you're first time investor, first time home buyer, it's not a bad way to start, and so on. And there's a bunch of these properties in the market. Again, the difference between this property and my property, you're about an hour plus out of the city. So I'm gonna leave this one for now. I'm gonna continue and show you another property around the same or a little bit more price range. Let's continue. Yeah, so so that's a nice piece of property there, $150,000. I mean, you have it your way. You can continue renting in the GTA and spending thousands of dollars a month in rent, paying off somebody's mortgage. If that's what you want to do, that's not a problem. As an investor, you want to build wealth, you can come out here, you can buy one property, build some equity, get the mortgage paid down for a bit, do some minor renovation, get some instant equity as well. And you start off small. That's how you start off in the business, small. And you grow your way to the level where you can start when you want it. If you feel comfortable affording a 10-plex, a 12-plex, and bigger type style properties. Often people see others in the business and they're doing very well and they're successful, and you want to reach that person level without even putting your time in. So don't look at me or anybody else who be investing for over 15, 20 plus years and compare yourself to us. You can't do what we do. Number one, we bought properties at a ridiculous low price compared to what you can get involved in today. Our capital situation is a lot different than your situation right now. So I mean, if you have money, you have the equity, let's go and play with the big boys. But if you don't, that's not a bad way to start. $150,000, $7,500, you're pretty good. You get some decent rental income. You start now small. Get to understand the landlording business. Understand the property management business. The ups and downs where you don't have a lot of people calling you, just one or two. You're able to manage that very well. And that's how simple it is. A lot of times, people, and I can always sell you a dream of how wonderful and great this business is and how you can be a multi-millionaire and all that kind of stuff. That's all dreams. Because the reality is you got to put the work in. And if you get 2 phone calls from a tenant one day and you start thinking of selling your property or thinking of doing something silly or quitting the business, then you're not going to become a multi-millionaire. Because guess what? It's those things you have to go through to get to the bigger level where you can start handle bigger projects. Okay? So right now the market momentum is cash flow, cash flow, cash flow. You're looking for properties that make good cash flow sense for you, and for that reason you can't buy properties at a certain price range. You can't do those. You can't buy property at a certain price range. You gotta break it down where it can carry itself, plus put some money in your pocket. Okay, so I'm moving on now to the next property, and once we get there, I'm gonna switch the camera over and let you get this. I don't want to give you too much lecturing. I want to give you more information, more content, so you understand how this business really works. And sometimes you gotta do like what I'm doing right now, driving around all day long looking at properties. That's why you find the diamond in the rough. Sometimes it doesn't come with the MLS. Sometimes it doesn't come to your realtors. I found my first property, then contact my realtor and say, hey, there's a property I want to buy. I had to get off my asset and do the work myself because my realtor wasn't thorough enough. He wasn't like me. I'm out here looking for properties because I know a lot of investors who want to get involved in the marketplace, but their budget is very skinny. So we got to find stuff that match their budget. Okay? So yeah, I get off and I was driving around all day long. Sometimes I get on my bicycle and I'm riding. When I start off, I'm looking for properties. Okay, then I call my realtor, hey, I want to take a look at this property on the inside. My realtor make the connection, and I look at the property and I bought a property. Okay, so let me get off past here and I'll show you the next property looking at. Your success. See you then soon. Okay, so here we are at property number 2. This one is a pretty decent style house. Looks nice on the inside. It's a detached home. Nice property. It's a good starter home as an investment property, or if you want to live in it, it's totally up to you. Depends on the condition in the inside. I'm not going into any properties here. I'm not showing the outside. This property going for $189,000. Now you tell me, where you gonna find a detached home for $189,000? You can put about 3 to 4 cars in the driveway. The backyard is fully fenced. It has a gazebo in the backyard. It says a great starter home or investment property at this price point. It has R50 insulation. That means in the attic it's been upgraded to R50 insulation, and also in the basement it's been upgraded. Okay, some updated plumbing and wiring, and so on. I mean, they didn't get a rental income for this one, but for $189,000, what do you complain about? Again, 10% of this is about $19,000, so 5% is about is half of that. Okay, 10,000, 9,000 plus something. Okay, and that's how you do the business. It's not very difficult. So this is property number 2. I have about 5 or 6 properties I'm showing you for the total of today, and then we have a discussion at the end of the conversation. So let me take you to the next property, which is only like $10,000 more than this one. The other one is $199,000. So I'm finding all these properties at good prices. Location is good, amazing rental market. I have property in the area that I rent as well, so I know the rental market is a high demand for the properties I'm showing you. So there's no question about that. Okay, so let's move on to the next property. See you soon. Okay, we have property number 3 now. This one is actually $199,000. Looks like a semi. It's a cute semi located in the downtown area. There's a memorial, not memorial. There's a park at the back, in the backyard. And it said this gem is not to be missed. Definitely, I didn't miss this gem. As the home is larger than it looks. Home is equipped with AC, newer insulation, and plumbing. Worthwhile taking a look. So I'm thinking for $199,000, I'll be looking at 20 of these in one day. So that's how simple it is. $199,000 central air conditioning, forced-air gas, which is good. Have a good heating system that's set up, and that's how simple it is, folks. $199,000. Again, 5% down, 10% down, 20% down. You choose. At these numbers, everyone can qualify for this kind of property. Let's moving on to the next. So you kind of pay for what you get. You're paying about $100,000 more, so about $298,900, close to $300,000. And you get a nicer exterior looking property. I'm pretty sure it's nice on the inside as well. This one's a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,500 square foot, and I guess a full house. You probably can get anything between $1,700 to about $2,000 a month for this property here. Nicer, $300,000. You're still gonna cash flow. Your cash flow gonna be actually nice. It's a semi-detached, as you can see, and that's the kind of stuff we're looking at, man. So again, 5% of this one is almost like $15,000, 10% $30,000, and you can cash flow at least $500-600 a month positive cash from this one here. It's a freehold house. I mean, there's no maintenance fee attached to it, and there's no rear neighbors according to the listing here. Rear backyard fence, and queen size master bedroom, modern, blah blah blah, all that fancy stuff, all the bells and whistles. I don't care about that. I keep with the structure of the property, the shell. It shows plus an economical, affordable home choice. No more information, visit the website. Yeah, call a realtor, blah 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 blah. Yeah, there you go. So for $300,000, $100,000 more, you get a nice looking property. Probably in this, based on what I saw, is nice on the inside, and you're good to go, man. Positive cash flows. When people tell you they can't afford real estate, they can't buy, because they're not a true investor. They're not really looking at the market the right way. You have to step out to your comfort zone, step out to your local area, and find another area that you want to farm and invest and continue to invest and into affordable rent. In this area, you have a wide range of properties that you can buy, that you can afford, and make money as an investor. So I'm gonna take you to another property. This one is a little bit higher. Let me show what $500,000 or more like $480,000 is gonna give you, and that's gonna be my final property. You get a wide range of potential properties, lots more. I'm just showing you a few that I think that makes financial sense, and that I see so far that I kind of would like to look at if I was a brand new investor getting involved in the market. I have my first little savings, my 20 grand, 15 grand, $30,000. I'll look at these properties in this area. All right, I'll see you soon. The next property. Okay, so this is a hot one here. This is what's the price of this property here? This one is $480,000. 2-story, detached home, double car garage. Again, the more you pay, the better it gets. And 4-piece bath, 3+1. So 3+1, I mean 3 bedrooms upstairs. It's probably one in the basement or one on the main floor. 48 foot wide. It's in a nice subdivision. This one is about, I figure it's gonna be more than 5-6 years old, this subdivision here for this property here. And this is the kind of stuff looking at, folks. You cannot get this kind of stuff in the GTA at a price point looking at. This is almost like a $800,000-900,000 property in Brampton. It's a saga, maybe $1 million or almost a little bit more, a couple $100,000 more than the price I just gave you. So this is the kind of stuff, if you want to start off this kind of property at this price range, $500,000, I'll probably look if I can get another unit in the basement to give me more revenue. And that's how I would approach this one here. After a certain price, I want more income to justify that, because you're not getting more than $2,200 a month for upstairs, and we need income for the basement to justify the price point here. And if you do that, that's what it is, right? So let me continue showing you, continue to finish up this video with my closing
All right. To your success. See you soon.
So there you go, folks. So you've seen a wide range of properties from $150,000 to close to $500,000. 480 is the high price point, the highest price point I showed you, and you can go higher if you want. And we can play around that $300,000 range if you want. The $200,000 range is where they have properties there. And there's a lot of properties available on the market at those price points, just not in the city. Now, you say, Frank, well, I don't own a house yet. I want to own my personal home, but I don't want to be too far away from work. That's not going to happen. That's going to turn you into a long life tenant. So here's the thing. You can rent in the city if you want to be there for work, but you can still invest elsewhere because that's what you can afford to buy. Build some equity. Once your equity move up to a certain price point, you refinance, you take that money, bring it back into the city, and buy something you can actually afford to buy. You understand that? Now, a lot of folks did that. A lot of folks left Toronto, bought into Milton. Milton went up like crazy. They refinanced their home, or some they even sell their home, and they bought back into the city of Toronto. You got to start doing something like that. So if you can't afford to buy, I mean, I've been telling you guys this stuff for the last 4 or 5 years anyway. I tell you, Toronto real estate is going back to the rich. You will not be able to afford Toronto real estate at the rate we were going. And some of you didn't listen to me. I said, buy outside the GTA, buy in Beaumont, buy in Ingersoll, buy in Woodstock, buy in St. Thomas, buy in Tillsonburg, buy out of the GTA. Okay, and some of you guys listened. The ones who listened are sitting some good equity now. The one who didn't are still renting an apartment, a house, a basement, whatever they would decide, they're still renting that. That opportunity is still the same today. And I'm going to go through more in details of more opportunities on my Facebook Live on Monday the 6th at 7:45 p.m. I'll be on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, and YouTube Live discussing the state of the wealth building industry, the state of the wealth building industry, the status of the real estate market, what you need to do, what you don't need to do. Call me. My direct line is 647-237-3642. Get on my WhatsApp VIP list to see all the stuff I talk about and the stuff I'm promoting. See anything else I have new coming out. You want to get access to that information first. 2 things make you successful: information and speed. Who gets the information first and who take action. Okay? There's a lot of people know a lot of things. A lot of people know almost everything when it comes to certain the real estate industry, but they don't do anything with the information they know. So they're just as much as useless like you who don't know at all. Okay? So so that's pretty much what it is. Finding properties from $150,000 up. You can still afford decent real estate. You got to come out to the GTA just a little bit. And the tenancy market out there is really, really rich. They're lacking affordable real estate. Just like you having the problem finding decent rent in Toronto and Mississauga and Brampton, they have the same problem finding decent rent outside here. So your property's fixed up nice. There is price right. You can get good rent for your properties, and the price point is ridiculously cheap compared to the GTA. To your success, see you then. Call me 647-237-3642. Text me. Connect with me on Instagram, Facebook. I'm back on LinkedIn now. And I'm going to help you take your portfolio to the ultimate level. I have a team I'm working with, qualifying your mortgage. You name it, we got you under control. See you then. Shazam, I'm out.